Okay, so for B right here, we have 34 times 16, and we're comparing it to 40 sixteens minus 4 sixteens. And the reason I like this problem is because we've been talking a lot about units. So our unit right here is sixteens, and they're the same. So that would be like saying 40 cupcakes minus 4 cupcakes equals 36 cupcakes. So here, 40 sixteens minus 4 sixteens, since it's the same unit, we're just going to look at these whole numbers. 40 minus 4 is 36. Sixteens stays there. And another way to write 36 sixteens, well, if you have 36 sixteens is also 36 times, 36 times 16. So you'll see that 34 times 16 is going to be less than 36 times 16. Okay, and they would just write their explanation, kind of what I just said to you. The next problem is solve, use words, numbers, or pictures. So they can solve this however they like. They have the standard algorithm area model, and I was joking with them today that I was going to solve it my favorite way with a calculator. Unfortunately, they are not going to be able to use this on the test. So the answer to this is 2,520. And a lot of them were resolving it over here, and really you don't have to, because here we have a 6, a 3, a 4, and a 0, a 6, a 3, a 4, and a 0. The only difference is that this one has a decimal. So the answer is going to be the same, but with a decimal. And since this has one number behind the decimal, your answer will have one number behind the decimal. So what to fill in the blanks here, what it's asking them to do is rewrite this number in unit form. So 6.3 is the same thing as saying 63, and since the 3 is in the tenths place, it would be 63 tenths. Well, they already wrote the word tenths, so all they have to do is write 63. And just to reiterate, 63 times 40 will give you the same number that you had here. They can write the word tenths behind it, which is the same thing as this. Okay, down here it says multiply using the standard algorithm, show your work below. I'm going to go ahead and use my handy dandy calculator, but they will be using their own strategy. So the answer is 5,082. After this video, I'm going to show you a clip on what your kiddos can do if they do not know how to do the standard algorithm. So again, hopefully they do know how to do it. If not, I have something that they can do instead of that. Moving on to the back. Just kidding, I don't have a back. There we go, second page. This is a multi-step problem. It says Mrs. Jones bought 38 subs for $4.60 each and 27 cupcakes for $1.85 each. How much did she spend in all? So we're going to label our paper subs, cupcakes. The subs were $4.60 each, and she bought 38 of them. The cupcakes were $1.85 each, and she bought 27 of them. Again, they can use whatever strategy works best for them to solve. I'm going to go ahead and do it. What I told them with this is to ignore the decimal and multiply it the normal way. So 460 times 38, after they do all the work, they'll get 17,480. And now when they're done, they're going to go plug in the decimal. Since there's two numbers behind the decimal, you will have two numbers behind the decimal. Same thing over here. 185 times 27 is going to give them 4,995. There's two numbers behind the decimal, so there's two numbers behind the decimal. And since they want to know how much she spent in all, you're going to add those two numbers. And just to save time, again, I'm going to use my calculator. And get 516. Now, I think I added that wrong. Hold on. 174, sorry about that. Plus 49.95. Yes, that is, I don't know what I did there. That should be 224.75. Okay? So that's what they're looking for this one. All right, and now we're on to conversions here. 9 pounds equals something ounces. So first step is the little think cloud, the think bubble. And in the bubble, they're going to say 1 pound is the same thing as 16 ounces. So now that that's set up, they can start with the next step, which is to rewrite. 9 pounds is the same thing as 9 times 1 pound. The next step is to substitute. So 9 times, instead of 1 pound, we said 1 pound is 16 ounces. So here you're going to write 16 ounces. And here is how they solve it. 9 times 16 is 144 ounces. So that would be their answer. Okay, I'm going to jump over here. We're going to do our think cloud. One day is how many weeks? Well, there's 7 days in a week, but a week right here, if this is a full week and there's 7 days in there, one day is actually 1/7 of a week. Okay? So they're going to go ahead and rewrite it. 49 days is the same thing as 49 times 1 day. Now they're going to substitute 49 times, instead of 1 day, they're going to write 1/7 of a week. And here they have their problem that they need to solve, 49 times 1/7. Well, I told them I don't like whole numbers times fractions. I want fractions times fractions. So to make that 49 into a fraction, we would put it over 1. So 49 over 1 times 1/7. You do the numerators first. 49 times 1 is 49. 1 times